young man reaches the age of 13, he has the honor and the privilege of reading from the Torah for the first time. But more than just reading from Torah, we ask that our B'nai Mitzvah students lead us in our worship, so they know they're part of a much greater tradition and people. And so this morning, it is our privilege to have Jacob Martin Welch lead us in our services. Jacob is the son of Elizabeth and Matthew Welch, the brother of Evan Welch, the grandson of Susan and Robert Pallitz, and Rosemary and Edward Welch. And so it's our honor to call up Jacob now to lead us in our worship.
We turn to page 63 to begin our service. We read responsively. It is good to give thanks to God, to sing praises to your name, to tell of your love in the morning, and to sing of your faithfulness at night. Playing with an instrument of 10 strings, sounding the lute and stroking the harp.
Your works have made me rejoice, and your glories move me to sing.
How great are your works, O God! How profound your design!
The insensitive will never appreciate your creations, nor will the fool understand life's meaning.
The wicked may flourish like grass, and the evil may multiply, but they are all doomed to failure. But you, O Eternal, shall be exalted forever. All shall proclaim that Adonai is just. Let every living being bless your name, and let every spirit glorify our God forever. Throughout all time, we will have no ruler but you, our God. You
guide the world with love and touch each of your creations with care and kindness.
You neither slumber nor sleep. You cause the speechless to utter words and the wrongly imprisoned to go free. You support the fallen, heal the sick, and raise up the lonely. To you alone do we give thanks. We turn to page 65 and rise for the call to worship. Baruchu et Adonai Hamvorach. Praise be our God, to whom all praise is due. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam va'ed. Praised be our God, to whom all praise is due, now and forever.
Baruchu et Adonai Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech ha'olam, yotzer or uvorei choshech, oseh shalom uvorei et hakol, hameir la'aretz veladarim, aleha berachamim, uvtuvo mechadesh bechol yom, tamid ma'aseh bereshit. Praised be the eternal our God, ruler of the world, who makes light to shine and darkness to descend upon us. God has taught us the meaning of peace and shapes all things that we touch. With compassion, God gives the earth light and renews the work of creation day by day. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam bechochma asita, mal'a ha'aretz kinyanecha, titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shevach ma'aseh yadecha, ve'al meorei or, she'asita yefa'arucha selah. Or chadash al Tzion ta'ir, v'nizke chulanu, mehera le'oro. Baruch atah Adonai, yotzer hameorot. How great are your works, O God! In wisdom you make them all. The earth is filled with your creations. For the glow of the stars and the work of your hands, let all of your creations give you praise. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we may swiftly merit its radiance. Blessed be the eternal maker of the morning light. Great is your love for us, and abiding your compassion. Our ancestors trusted in you, and you taught them how to value life. Be gracious now to us, and with kindness Guide us with your understanding, so that we might both learn and teach the laws of truth. Baruch atah Adonai, chabocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Blessed is our God, who in love has chosen Israel to be a people. As we recite the watchword of our faith, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך, בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך, ובקומך. וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני Adonai Elohechem. You shall love the eternal your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand, and they shall be a symbol before your eyes. Let them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I, the Eternal, am your God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I, the Eternal, am your God. These enduring words have been a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. Faith and choice bring understanding to the soul and sensitivity to the heart. In all times and places, our God has been a part of our lives. Our faith has been our rock and our help. We watched God's wonders when we went free from Egypt. When slavery's chains were broken, we witnessed it. May those who have the faith to believe also have the wisdom to be kind. O God, in whom we have all hope, we glorify your name now, as our people have praised you throughout history. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha neder b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef ele, nora tehilot
שירה חדשה שבחור גאולים לשמך על שפת הים יחד כולם הורדו והמליכו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד צור ישראל קומה בעזרת ישראל ופדי חינומך יהודה וישראל גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו קדוש ישראל ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We turn to page 70 and rise for the Amidah. We pray We pray silently, either following the words of our prayer book or those our hearts might prompt.
Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Vegoali, Vegoali.
Adonai Sefatayv Tiftach Ufi Yagi Tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'koneh Hakol, Ve'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei Vnechem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol Atah Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal. Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Kayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umidom Melach, Melech Memid, Chayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emana Taleh HaChayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Eternal is your power, O God. You are mighty to save. You rain dew upon us. In love you sustain the living. In the multitude of your mercies you preserve all. You uphold the falling and heal the sick. Free the captives and keep faith with your children in death as in life. Who is like you? Who is your equal? Author of life and death, source of salvation. Blessed is the eternal God, the source of life. We sanctify your name on earth, even as your holiness is proclaimed in the heavens above and throughout time and space. In the words of the prophet Isaiah, we say, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The fullness of the whole earth is God's glory.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech ol haaretz, Kevodo, Baruch Kavod, Adonai, Mimakomo, Yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai Zion, Ledor Vador, Hallelujah.
To all generations we will make known your greatness, and to all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed is Adonai, the holy God. Please be seated. Our God and God of our ancestors, accept our rest as a sacrifice of time and space. Let us share in your world by celebrating creation day by day. Purify our hearts so that we may be honest and upright, forgiving and compassionate. Blessed are you, O God of truth, who helps us make the Sabbath a part of our life and our heritage of joy. Look with favor, O God, upon your people Israel, and receive our prayers with love. May it be your will to accept our worship and our deeds. Blessed are you, who alone we serve in reverence. Eternal source of good, we thank you for the numberless gifts and blessings that fill our days, for life itself and its endless variety, for all that sustains body and mind, for love and friendship, for the delights of the senses, and for the excellence of your Torah, which deepens our life and enriches our days. Help us, O God, to work for a just and compassionate society where all may share your gifts in the joy of freedom. For all of this, your name shall be blessed and praised forever.
ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת מקדשי שביעי שבת כולם יספרו ואיתן גם דובך שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת זכר למעשה וראשית שבת זכר למעשה וראשית שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת ישמחו במלכותך שומרי 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 שבת וקוראי עונג שבת.
Those who keep the Sabbath and call it a delight shall rejoice in your majesty. All who hallow the seventh day shall find happiness in your goodness. This day is Israel's festival of the Spirit, sanctified and blessed by you, the most precious of days, a symbol of the joy of creation.
שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עמך, עמך, ברכנו, ברכנו אבינו, כולנו כי אחד. ברכנו, ברכנו אבינו, באור פניך. שים שלום, טובה וברכה, חן וחסד ורחמים עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עמך, עמך.
Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country, that it may always be a stronghold of peace and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship among the inhabitants of all lands. And may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Blessed is the eternal God, the source of peace.
Ya ba bam bam bam, ya ba bam bam bam, ya ba bam 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 bam, ya dai di dai, ya dai di dai, ya dai di dai. Die, die, yai, die, 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 yai, die, 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 yai, die, 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 yai, die, die, die. I died, I died, I died, I died.
This day is Shabbat. One day we have in the midst of our hectic week to take a little more time for ourselves. One day we have in the midst of our hectic lives, take a little more time for ourselves as well, enough at least to relax a little, to close our prayer books for a moment and to put them away, to release ourselves of a printed word, and even to close our eyes, to trust enough to close our eyes and to take a deep breath and to relax, to breathe in God's gift to each and every one of us, to breathe out our gift to this very world. It's Shabbat. A moment in time we can take the time to focus on the blessings that are really there each and every day. Things that we experience that we feel, that we touch, that we sense all the time. Yet in the busyness, in the hecticness, the craziness of our lives, so often we might neglect, we might miss. From the reality of the breath that we take that fills our lungs with life, that radiates the ends of our fingertips and our tippy toes, that we don't even think about, yet is always present. The beauty of our world around us, the intensity of light that we feel on a late spring day, or the blueness of the sky, the flowers in bloom and the buds in the trees, the songs of the birds that awaken us in the morning. Blessings. The sense of community that we feel, that we know we're not alone, others who join with us, the sounds, the whispers, the sweet voice of a child. Blessings. Even memories that are a part of who we are. Values that were given to us that we hold on to, that we honor. Memories that are a part of our everyday. Blessings. And doing that more than making this day Shabbat, we make our Shabbat just a little more kadosh, a little more holy. This is the day that God has made. Let us rejoice and let us be glad in it. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. When a Jew celebrates, we don't just celebrate in the intimacy of our home, we celebrate and bring our joy into our community. And when someone has chosen Judaism, so do we celebrate that moment with the individual as an affirmation of their choice. And so on the occasion of his conversion to Judaism, so do we welcome Ryan Pearson to our bima to honor him and bless him at this special time in his life, inviting with him his witnesses on this day, his wife Samantha, and his in-laws Carol and Steve Rock. Oh, and their son too. I don't think he can be a witness, but we'll bring him along for the ride. Because there's no way he was going to be left out. Don't worry, it's okay. Oh, yeah. That's right, Cantor. Eloheinu v'Eloheinu v'Imotenu, our God and God of our ancestors, we thank you for all of your blessings. But at this moment, we thank you for the joy and celebration that you give to us. Right? Well, it's okay. We'll blend in. Let us rise together. Ryan, as we hand you this Torah at this time, so it is a reminder of our tradition. We're taught that Torah is to be a light unto our path, to guide us in our lives, to always be a source of learning, a source of strength. Thousands of years of tradition are embedded within us, and something that you embrace at this moment, literally and also spiritually as well. In your path of learning, as you have gained this, as you have taken this on for yourself. And so we have you hold Torah as a reminder that it's been a part of us for all this time. And so with your family around you, how meaningful it is too. With individuals who helped make this temple come to life from the beginning in 1988 and saw a vision and wanted to be a part of that. So could they imagine what the future could bring, and seeing their children on this bima, this first Torah was a part of our community in that day as well. And so I ask you, Ryan, these questions, your affirmations of which we fully embrace you as a part of our community at this time. Ryan, have you made this choice to become a Jew of your own free will and volition? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
Do you accept Judaism to the exclusion of all other religious faiths and practices? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
Do you pledge your commitment to the Jewish community, seeing yourself as part of that community, through all the joys, all the challenges we might experience? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
Will you be a part of the synagogue, continuing your learning as a part of who you are? This is just the beginning of that. If so, answer, I do.
I do.
And if you should be blessed with children, more children, not assuming anything, will you continue to raise him and them as part of our community as Jews? If so, answer, I do.
I do.
With that, we ask you, Sammy and Carol and Steve, that have chosen to stand here as witnesses for Ryan, as representatives of our community and our faith. And so we ask you, do you pledge to support him amidst all his trials and circumstances as a Jew?
Of course we do.
Yes.
Do you now bless him as a member of our community? Ryan, you stand here with the Torah in your arms, our most treasured possession as a Jewish community. And the Torah that you hold is a Torah that's over 175 years old. It comes from Berlin, from Germany. We call it the bridal gown because it was taken out of Nazi Germany, hidden inside of a bridal gown. The daughter of the president of a progressive congregation and the rabbi realized what was happening in Germany at the time and smuggled it out. Not knowing, putting it in his daughter's wedding dress without her knowing, so that when she walked by the Nazis, she wouldn't be scared that she had it and get in any trouble. She arrived here in the United States not knowing that it was there, and only years later opened up her wedding gown again and discovered that the scroll was inside of it. And she knew that it had been placed in there because Father, the rabbi, wanted to make sure that Judaism could live on, that people could continue to learn and study and be a part of it. You're now a link in that chain as well. The words of Torah, they guide us as a people, and they guide you. And so I ask you to take those words that we hold to heart, and to recite the words of the Shema, the words that are on the lips of every Jew, the words that are on our lips even at the moment of our affirmation that has sustained our people since our beginning. And I ask you to repeat those words after me, the watchword of our faith. Shema,
Shema,
Yisrael,
Israel,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Eloheinu,
Eloheinu,
Adonai,
Adonai,
Echad.
Yachad.
Hear, O Israel,
Hear Israel.
the Lord is our God,
The Lord is our God.
the Lord is one.
The Lord is one.
You're known by the name Ryan Pearson, which means that you are linked in love to those who gave you life and who love you. And from this time forth, may you also be known in the Jewish community as Aviel ben Avraham Vasara. It's a perfect name for you, Aviel, because it means my father is God. And as you described your process of your entire life, that you've always had that connection to God, always took moments every evening to say your prayers at night and to connect with God. And for you, this was that natural step, that linking to our community, to our people, to our religion. You found that meaning because of your family standing here next to you as well, because of walking into the congregation which they helped start. That you found meaning within it that spoke to you and that made you say, I want to be Jewish. I want to do it for me. I want to do it for my family. I want to do it as I bring up my family. And that Jonah has that wonderful example as well. And those are special things. It means that when you use that name, that you're going to be reminded of all those wonderful pieces of your life and that connection that you have to our faith. Standing here today is the perfect day for us to complete this conversion, to give you your Hebrew name, because tonight we begin the holiday of Shavuot. And on Shavuot, we read a book, the book of Ruth, which tells us of the first person to choose Judaism. And Ruth, in doing that, she said something to her mother-in-law. And so as we welcome you into our community and embrace you and welcome you with open arms, we say those words to you, the same words that Ruth used, that wherever you dwell, we will dwell. Your God is our God. Our people, they are your people. Your family, they are our family. And nothing shall part us. And so we ask now that God continue to bless you with these words. As
For the two of you, when you got married, the priestly blessing. So, Sam, stand over there so you can hold your husband too. I ask your in-laws, witnesses, to place their hands on you as well, because we see the connections that bring into us our lives, and so they should bless you, and God comes through those who are part of our family. May God bless you, may God protect you. May God's light shine upon you and be good to you. Shalom. Aviel ben Avraham Basara. May God always be a part of who you are, giving you love and support and strength of those who inspire. May you inspire us as you already have. May you have wisdom, may you have nachas from kinder, joy from children, as they feel, as you feel as well. Parnassus, success, in whatever you do. May you have shalom, may you have peace as well in your heart and your mind, and help us bring more peace into our world. And we all say, Amen. Mazel tov.
Thank you so much.
You can sign it there, but we all sign it as your witnesses too.
We continue our service with the reading of the Torah on page 79. As is our tradition, in honor of my bar mitzvah and in thanks for their love and kindness, I call upon my mom and dad and my grandparents. It shall come to pass in the fullness of time that the mountain of the Eternal's house shall be established as the highest mountain and raised above the hills, and all nations shall flow to it. And many peoples shall come and say, Come, let us go up to the house of the Eternal, to the house of the God of Jacob. Then we may be taught the ways of our God and walk in the path of the Almighty.
Ein kamocha va'Elohim Adonai ve'ein kama'asecha Malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor va'ador Adonai melech Adonai malach Adonai yimloch li'olam va'ed Adonai us lemoyitein Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom.
Surrounded by the love and presence of your grandparents, so we first present you with this tallis as your grandfather shares these words.
Dear Jacob, a talit, a traditional Jewish prayer shawl with special fringes that connect you to God's commandments. As grandparents, your Nana and Zadie, we love you and pray for your well-being.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kisham b'tzav v'tzivanu l'hita teipat tzitzit. Blessed are you, God, ruler of the universe, who's given us commandments. Command us to wear a tallis, the garment of our responsibility. And now your other grandparents present you with this Kiddush cup.
Congratulations, Jacob. We're very proud of you, and we ask God's blessing on you.
Okay, buddy. Come with me.
Jacob, today is a rite of passage for you, and you might not be like an adult, but you're accepted as a mature member of the community here today, and you are a mature person. You are very responsible, and you're kind, and you are caring. I look at how you take care of Sonny, when she needs it, and I'm so impressed with how generous and kind you are. And I also note how much you enjoy learning. I love that you take such pleasure in learning new things. It will serve you well throughout your life, and I hope you never lose that. We're very proud of all the work you've done getting ready for today, and we love you.
Jacob, I also present you with this talit bag that you designed and helped me make, and it's also in honor of your great-grandmother, Audrey, who made one for me when I was bat mitzvah. And I want to say a few nice things. Jacob, on this very special day of your bar mitzvah, we are so proud of you, not just for the beautiful job you're doing leading the service and will do reading from the Torah, but for all the hard work that went into preparing for today and for the person you are every day. You are kind and have a way of making everyone around you feel welcome and included. You always want everything to be equitable and symmetrical. Your first instinct has always been to share what you have with others, whether it's food or games or knowledge. If something interests you, you assume it will be interesting to everyone else, and your first thought is to bring others into that circle with you. You are empathetic. You feel very deeply your own feelings and those of others. You have understanding beyond your years, and nothing is ever just on the surface with you. This will serve you well and continue to endear you to others. You love to learn things, but also to apply that learning. You get excited about history, science, space, especially the Apollo missions, and so many other things. We hope that you never lose that inquisitive spirit and joy of discovery. We know you will live fully with hope, wonder, and curiosity, being an active participant in our community, giving back through mitzvot and tzedakah, and embracing all of life with an open mind and an open heart. We love you.
Our God and the God of our ancestors, as I stand before this ark, I represent the generations of my people who stood before you, who have lived and died by your law. Give me the wisdom to understand the words that shall be read from your Torah. Endow me with the sensitivity that can make this law a part of my life and the length of my days. May your word be a lamp unto our people's feet and a light unto our path, showing us the way to a reality that is true and a life that is righteous. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Our God is one, our God is great, holy is God's name.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Lecha Adonai Hagidula, Hagivura, Hatiferet, Hanetzach, Ha'od. Ki chol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, Ki chol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamalach, ve'amit na'aseh lechol lerosh. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, u'devar Adonai miYerushalayim. Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, u'devar Adonai miYerushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah le'amo, Torah le'amo Yisrael. Baruch shenatan Torah le'amo Yisrael.
Our Torah portion this Shabbat is Bamidbar as we start a new book of the Torah, and we begin with the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse 44, which we found on page 1030 of our Chumashim, the blue Torah commentaries, for those who like to follow along with Jacob as he chants his portion. We call upon our first Aliyah, grandparents of our Bar Mitzvah, Susan and Robert Palitz. Ya'amdun Sheva Palitz, I go back and forth all the time. I know Robert doesn't mind. He told me it depends on which side of the world you're from. Ya'amdu Sheva al-Kabat, Meir v'chana, Reuven, Esan ben Shalom, Elyoho, Rishon. How do you do?
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bo harbanu mikol ha'amim v'nodat lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Ele HaPekudim Asher Pakad Moshe v'Aharon Unsiei Yisrael Shenem Asar Ish Echad Levet Avotav Hayu Vayihiyu Kol Pekudei V'nei Yisrael Levet Avotam Miben Esrim Shana V'mala Kol Yotzei Tzava BeYisrael Vayihiyu Kol HaPekudim 600,000 ושלושת אלפים 550 והלוויים למטה אבותם לא התפקדו בתוכם.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher notan lanu Torat emes v'chayei olam nuta b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. We call upon our second Aliyah, the mother of our Bar Mitzvah, Elizabeth Welch. Libby. Ta'amol Chava Yocheved Bat Reuven Esin V'Sheva Elka Sheni. Well done.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. Ach et mate Levi lo tifkod ve'et rosham lo tisa betoch b'nei Yisrael ve'ata havked et halvim al mishkan ha'edut ve'al kol kelav ve'al kol asher lo hema yis'u et hamishkan ve'et kol kelav ve'hem yeshartuhu ve'saviv lamishkan yachanu uvinsoa hamishkan yoridu oto halvim uvachanot hamishkan yakimu oto halvim vehazar hakarev yumat vechanu b'nei Yisrael ish al machanehu ve'ish al diglo letzivotam.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
We call upon our third aliyah, our maftir, our bar mitzvah. Ya'amod Yaakov Moshe ben Chava Yocheved Shlishi bar mitzvah.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Ambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vehalvihim yachanu saviv lemishkan ha'edut velo yihye ketzef al adat b'nei Yisrael v'shameru halvihim et mishmeret mishkan ha'edut vaya'asu b'nei Yisrael kechol asher tziva Adonai et Moshe kein asu vaydaber Adonai el Moshe ve'el Aharon lemor ish al diglo ve'otot levet avotam yachanu b'nei Yisrael mineged saviv le'ohel moed yachanu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. My Torah portion is called Bamidbar, which means in the wilderness. It features Moses and Aaron leading the Israelites through the desert. God instructs them to take a census of the men who are able to bear arms and fight. However, the tribe of Levi will not be counted in the census. This is because they have been specially selected to be the guardians of the tabernacle, which is a portable temple. This gives them extra responsibilities in addition to just being guards, such as setting up the tabernacle, taking it down, and serving as assistants to the priests. A lesson that can be gleaned from this is that although they have a different task than the other tribes, they accept it. When you have been singled out for a task, it could be seen as an extra burden, or it could be seen as an honor. It depends on your perspective what you want it to be. Instead of complaining, we could try to be productive and do the job given to us, even when it's difficult. As an older brother, it sometimes falls to me to be responsible for both myself and my brother Evan. That's not always a fun job. But, like the Levites, I know it's part of my role in the family, and I always try to be the best I can be at it. For another example, you could grumble about having to do 18 hours of community service for your mitzvah project in order to become a bar mitzvah. That very easily could have been my experience. However, I chose to see it as both my duty and an opportunity to make a difference in someone's life while doing it within a community that really matters to me. I'm not really into urban farming or fundraising, but I do love learning, and I wanted to support the elementary school that I went to. To do this, I worked with the principal and one of the teachers to find a student who needed a little more help with homework. I've been meeting with him twice a week after school, and we work together on whatever he needs to finish that day. It feels good to know that I've used this opportunity to its full potential. Becoming a bar mitzvah feels like my true welcoming into the Jewish community. Now I can wear my talit to services, I can drink from my own Kiddush cup, and I can say that I've led a service. It makes me feel really connected to the many people who share my beliefs, both here and all over the world. I say prayers that have been said by our people for hundreds of years. I look forward to continuing the traditions that are at the core of our faith. I'd like to give my biggest thanks to my teachers, rabbis, tutors, cantor, friends, family, and especially my parents for helping me every step of the way. I now call upon my Uncle Jerry, my Uncle Lou, my father, and my brother to be the Hagbah and Galila, who will hold and dress the Torah and honor me on this very special day of my life.
Please rise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim veratza v'divrehem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Habocher b'Torah u'v'Moshe avdo u'v'Yisrael amo u'v'nvi'eh ha'emet v'tzedek. My Haftarah comes from the prophet Hosea, chapter 2. The number of the people of Israel shall be like that of the sands of the sea, which cannot be measured or counted. And instead of being told, "You are not my people," they shall be called children of the loving God. The people of Judah and the people of Israel shall assemble together and appoint one head over them, and they shall rise from the ground, for marvelous shall be the day of Jezreel. O call your brothers my people, and your sisters lovingly accepted. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Tzur kol ha'olamim, tzaddik bechol hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber umkayem, shekol devarav, emet v'tzedek. Al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah, Ve'al hanvim, ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha ve'limnucha, lechavod ultifaret. Al hakol, Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, umvarchim otach, yitbarach shimcha befi kol chai, tamid leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat.
As Jacob shared, his Torah portion, Bamidbar, features Moses and Aaron leading the Israelites through the wilderness. and describes the census that was taken. And in that accounting, we're reminded of Aaron's sons, who in the previous book received capital punishment, because we're told in those verses, Nadav and Avihu offered an alien fire before God. And so the natural question in looking at the Torah portion is, what is an alien fire? I'll share a secret with you. When a rabbi gives more than one answer to a question, it's really because we don't know the reason. Some say that it had to do with the way that Nadav and Avihu were dressed. In these chapters and the chapters leading up to their death, instructions were given on the specific garments that priests were to wear when offering a sacrifice. Maybe Nadav and Avihu weren't wearing them. Others say that it had to do with what follows their death, that God tells Aaron that he shouldn't drink wine or other intoxicants upon entering into the tent of meeting. According to these rabbis, Nadav and Avihu were drunk, and they needed to be punished. Still others say that the alien fire meant that they were making an offering to a false god, that these new leaders weren't choosing to follow the path of their new faith. Rather, they were breaking commandments that had already been given to them. Therefore, it was supposed to be a lesson for us, that once we know the path we're on, that each of us must choose to follow that faith and to practice our religion. And as I thought about that idea, I couldn't help but think of a story that teaches us that same wonderful lesson. The story is about former Supreme Court Justice Louis Brandeis. Born in Kentucky, Brandeis was the son of two Jewish immigrants. At the age of 18 in 1875, he enrolled in Harvard Law School. And life wasn't so easy for him there. In fact, at times it was quite difficult. But it wasn't the curriculum that made it difficult. It was his classmates. For 3 years, students would make their way to him at lunch every single day. They would say things like, "Brandeis, you're brilliant. You could end up on the Supreme Court if only you weren't a Jew. Why don't you convert? Then all of your problems would be solved." Brandeis listened, but never replied. By his final year in law school, Brandeis's preeminence could no longer be denied. Jewish or not, he was invited to join the Honor Society. It was an incredible moment, the first time that the exclusive society had accepted a Jew. On the evening of his official induction, the room was hushed. The atmosphere was thick. All eyes were on Brandeis as he walked to the lectern. Slowly, he looked around the room. "I'm sorry," he said, "that I was born a Jew." With that, the room erupted in applause. There was an explosion of shouting and cheers. "We finally convinced him," the members of the audience thought. "Finally, he has seen our point." Brandeis waited for the excitement to go down. When the silence had reestablished, he began again. "I'm sorry," he said, "that I was born a Jew, because I wish I had the privilege of choosing Judaism on my own." This time, there wasn't applause. No explosion or shouting of cheers. This time, there was only silence. But when the quiet had gone and grown uncomfortable, members of the exclusive Harvard Honor Society began to stand. They didn't walk out. Instead, awed by Brandeis's conviction and strength of character and his unequivocal choice, the members of the society gave him a standing ovation. Louis Brandeis did what the story of Nadav and Avihu is supposed to teach us. He remained proud of who he was, stood up for the things that he believed in, and not only that he was born Jewish, but he chose to make it a central part of his outlook on life. And in doing so, his Judaism played a central role in that life, his thoughts, and in his identity. And that's a great lesson for all of us. No matter who we are, no matter what faith we were born into or that we practice, each one of us has the ability to continue to choose to practice that faith, that set of morals and ethics and values that have been passed to us. And we should be proud of it. And we should be proud of who we are every day. In Jacob, maybe that's what becoming a bar mitzvah is about. It's about sharing with your community that you're proud to be you, that you're proud to be a Jew. Because all of us are proud of you and the young man who you've become. The young man who's caring and thoughtful, The young man who doesn't take the easy route, who's willing to create a mitzvah project from scratch and puts his best foot forward. The responsible young man with a great heart who looks out for others in his community. Jacob, today you modeled for us what Brandeis did. May you always inspire us to do the same. May we too learn to be proud of who we are. May we be proud of our beliefs, our strengths, and our growth areas. And may that be a lesson for all of us. Amen. Amen. We continue our service with our prayers for those in our community who are in need of healing, with the Mishaberach Lecholim. And as we walk around with Torah, we reach out to it, hoping that just as it has given our community and our people strength for thousands of years, that it continue to do that for us as the words of Torah continue to be on our lips. Mishaberach Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, v'Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. Hu yivarech et acholei. Merciful God, who blessed our ancestors, bless our loved ones who are stricken with illness and anxiety. Alyssa Ayudo, Stephen Averbuck, Susan Averbuck, Batya Bat Beshya Penina, Carol Binder, Eugene Blakeman, Joe Bussell, Pat Carey, Karen Kassman, Barry Chernak, Bill Cooperstock, Gary Fishman, Andrew Halo, Hank Heiser, Lila Hepner, Vera Hopkins Gordon, Ethan Kadish, Henry Leopold, Zoe Marcus, Beth Margolin, Bernie Meege, Chloe Millard, Larry Miller, Sherry Minlin, Deborah Mursky, Scott Miles, Craig Newman, Rabbi Robert Nosenchuk, Judy Nussbaum, Ryan Romanchuk, Sylvia Rosen, Laura Roth, Noni St. Amand, Erna Schoen, Sadie Emerson Schwartz, Sonia Sklar, Lisa Mendelson Weiner, Loretta Ziegelman, the 20,095 American troops who have been injured in Iraq and Afghanistan to date, and all the names in our hearts.
Bless those in need of healing with Rafua Shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
We turn to page 89 and rise. Havu Godel Lelohenu, Utnu Chavod La Torah. Let us declare the greatness of our God and give honor to the Torah. Yehalelu et Shem Adonai. Ki nisgav shemo levado. Let us praise God's name, for it is exalted above all.
Hodom al eretz v'shamayim vayarem keren li'amo tehila lechol chasidav.
Adonai temimah, meshivat nafesh, edut Adonai ne'emanah, machkimat peti. The law of our God is perfect, restoring the soul. The testimony of the Eternal is sure, making wise the simple. Pikudei Adonai yesharim, mesamche lev, mitzvat Adonai bara, me'irat enayim. Precepts of our God are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Eternal is clear, enlightening the eyes. Yirat Adonai Tehorah, Omedet La'ad, Mesamche Mishpatei Adonai Emet, Tzadku Yachdav. The presence of our God is pure, enduring forever. The judgments of the Eternal are true and righteous altogether. Ki lekach tov, Torati lachem, Torati al ta'azovu. Behold, I have given you a good doctrine, my Torah. Do not forsake it.
Eitz chaim hi, la machziki ba, v'tom mechea meushar, derachea, darchei noam, v'chol netivotea, shalom.
Well, Jacob, first of all, you can breathe. You have completed this journey, and now you can relax and prepare for your celebration. And let us talk to you, about you, and for you for a few moments, and you get to soak it in and chill. So on behalf of a proud congregation, as a member of our board of directors, I get to give you a few gifts first of all. This prayer book is for the high holidays that you'll get to use, so that you get to come to services here in the synagogue, and that will remind you of this special day. Secondly, our brotherhood has planted a tree for you in the state of Israel, in the Shir Shalom forest, with the idea that you should be connected to Israel and one day get to be there, see that, and understand and appreciate that. And third, our sisterhood, our Lev B'Lev, our women's group, has given year's dues to our youth group for you, so that your first year of SISTI, of youth group, is already provided for, so you can always be a part of continuing your education and your Jewish journey. So we say Mazel Tov with those gifts. Hand it back. No, it's them. That's good. No, I'm not going to take it back. You give it back to me now. Okay, so I'm a little tired right now because I got in at 2:30 in the morning to make sure I was here for this. And my son said, Dad, why can't we just drive home from that very special place, Goldman Union Camp, during orientation where we were a part of? Why can't we come back today? I said, well, there's a bar mitzvah that we want to be a part of. Because I felt very committed to being a part of this bar mitzvah, particularly because you trusted us. You went to that special place, that camp, not knowing anything about it, and said, okay, I'll try that. If you say it's a cool place, Rabbi, I'll try it. And that shows me something that's really important about you, your ability to trust others around you. And that's why I think you're such a natural learner, that you just absorb things because you listen and you appreciate and you understand. Everyone said today about your love of learning, which we get to see firsthand all the time. You were very easy for us rabbis Canada to prepare for a bar mitzvah. We just got to sit back and watch you soak it in, and we knew today would be fine. It was like, okay, fine, it's Jacob's, great, easy for us. Let's enjoy it with you and your family. I think that trust and that ability to do that comes from the love that is so strong in your family. Watching your parents together, watching them with you and your brother, and this whole process is a great example for all of us about what this is. To really soak in each of the moments in this journey, that it's not just about right now. I mean, yeah, it's special, and you completed it, and you can feel really cool. That's great. But I want you to think back to each of these moments in this journey that I really believe you actually appreciated and enjoyed because of your parents' support and their presence and ability to enjoy it as well. That makes it special for us, watching that and seeing that and celebrating that. And it's an amazing lesson for you in your life to always have, and I believe you will always have, that each step of this way in your life, whatever you end up doing, if you're sitting in a rocket about to go up to SpaceX or whatever it is, soak in that moment. Don't wait just to get to the moon or wherever you're going. Soak in each of these moments in life because you have so much that is a blessing that you can appreciate just like now. That, my friend, is your blessing that we hope for all the time in your life as we ask God to bless you at this special moment too.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך.
May God bless you. May God protect you.
יאר אדוני פניו מלך ויחונך.
Jacob, may God shine upon you, and may God shine through you.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
May God lift you up, giving you the strength to always be you. And most of all, may you be blessed with peace. Peace in your heart, peace in your mind, and may you help bring a little more peace into our world. As together we all say, Amen.
השאירנו אדוני אליך ונשובה חדיש חדיש ימינו חדיש ימינו כקדם.
We continue our service on page 91 of our prayer books as we rise together for our concluding prayers.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Nothing can fill the emptiness that a death leaves behind. Those who are no longer a physical presence are still alive within our thoughts and our words. Their memories are only a part of the picture. So long as we recall their presence, then their warmth, their friendship, their heart, mind, and thought are still within our soul. We honor and cherish the ones we love by living our lives to the fullest. And so on this Shabbat, we think of those friends and family who have been taken from us in these most recent days, whose Shiva and Shloshim we mark. Edith Linden, Rose Weiner, Richard Berman, Marvin Brager, Betty Klein, Mary Winston, and the 2,420 Americans in our armed forces lost in Afghanistan and the surrounding areas. And to their names we add those whose yard-sites we mark, those of whose anniversary of passing we lovingly commemorate. Marilyn Cohn, Rose Foster, David Hennig, Seymour Paul Katzer, Hani Keefe, Robert Coffin Sr., John Mahakian, James H. O'Brien IV, Bud Plotnick, Sylvan Potashnik, Arthur Robinson, Dr. Misha Sachs, Craig Saperstein, Pearl Shapiro, Henrietta Sofer, Ann Weinstein, Jerry Zucker, and the soldiers of Normandy D-Day. In their honor and their memory do we join together as one family, as one community, in the immortal words of the Mourner's Kaddish is found on page 96 of our prayer books. Yitzgadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, Belma Divarach Hirutei, V'amlich Malchutei, B'chayachon, Uv'yom Echon, Uv'chayei B'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala ubizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mivarach Le'olam Omei Omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei Kudusha Barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata. Damiran me'ama v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Huyaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn. Comfort to all the bereaved among us here and everywhere. As together we say, Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav. Huyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Huyaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Shabbos, everyone.
Good Shabbos, Rabbi.
A moment of Tish before we conclude our services in just a minute or two. Tradition here at Temple, a Tish is a table in Yiddish, and the rabbis would sit around a table after Shabbos morning worship and Torah reading and continue answering and studying that Torah portion, answering any question about what they just had read, and continuing that opportunity to learn something. And part of our mission at Temple is anytime you walk to a synagogue should be a chance to learn something new. So maybe that's happened, maybe not. You can ask a question about anything you want, about Jewish law or lore or anything else that's on your mind. You're welcome to ask. Don't feel like you have to be Jewish to ask a question or a member of Temple to ask a question, because often when our guests ask questions, it answers things for the Jews that they're afraid to ask. So it's a way, actually, of backdoor education. We're helping the Jewish people. So your presence is great that is here. Anyway, and as we do that, we should, there's a unique thing that Jacob will always celebrate, different than any other bar mitzvah at Temple Shir Shalom. Our skylight was finished yesterday morning. A brand new skylight. Our building is 24 years old, and so our old skylight, which was not glass, which was plexiglass, and was a little bit porous in recent history, and so it was an exciting necessity, and so we're learning how it works, and the sun's shining as you've enjoyed the front row here. You guys are all sunburned now, I'm sorry. You'll see that later on, but, Jacob can look into our community in the years to come and think, I was the first one on this bima when that skylight was sort of consecrated in that moment. So we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'achianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Blessed are you, God, ruler of the universe, who has given us life, sustained us, and brought us to this unique moment in our lives together. Amen. So, other questions that you may have about anything, something you saw this morning or not. Yes, in the back there. The crown on top of the Torah?
So the question is, what was that silver thing on top of the Torah? It was the crown. So, excellent question. So it represents, so the idea of the Torah is actually dressed like the high priest was 2,000 years ago. So 2,000 years ago, there were sacrifices that were actually made in the temple in Jerusalem, When that temple was destroyed in the year 70 of the Common Era, sacrifices ceased to continue. The animal sacrifices. We still have the sacrifices of our heart because Rabbinic Judaism took over, and we now offer our prayers in place of those ritual sacrifices. The crown represented how the Torah, the way that it's dressed, represents how the high priest was dressed at the time as well. So the high priest wore a crown, and so that's what the crown is. There's bells on it because the high priest had bells on the bottom of his robe, so that even if you were blind, you would know where he was. So the same idea with Torah, that you always know where its presence is as we walk around in the congregation with it. Priest wore a robe, so that's the Torah cover that we have. There's a breastplate that's on it. The priest had something known as the Urim and the Turim that was like a breastplate that it had. And then the only thing that is on the Torah scroll that's unique that the high priest didn't wear were the 2 pointers called yads. And a yad is a hand, and it's what we use to read the Torah. So Jacob actually worked with one of our artists in residence to make his own yad. So if you want to see it up close, you can ask him about that and why he chose the different colors and the symbols that he put on there. But a cool thing to have as well. But that's the idea, the crown, the breastplates, the robe, that it's all to be like the high priest from 2,000 years ago. He's calling today.
When did the tradition of bar mitzvah was introduced into our...
The tradition of bar mitzvah was introduced, well, we can date the idea of bar mitzvah back to the Talmud, which says literally, when is a young man responsible to follow the commandments? At 13, he is a bar mitzvah. But there was no ceremony that went along with that. We know that in 14th century there was a kind bishop in Germany who let the Jews know that they were going to lose inheritance, lose their land, if they weren't confirmed in their faith. And, in an anti-Semitic time of government, they were going to say that you only could own land, inherit land, if you were confirmed in your faith. And so this bishop said to the Jewish people, the head rabbis, hey, show us how you've been confirmed in your faith. They said, oh, at 13 you're bar mitzvah. So you'll read Torah for the first time. You'll do something like that. Really the past, century, as far as a ceremony where family would gather and what we see like today. And really like today, I would say the past 50 years in a sense, where a celebration. The Science Center part is a much more modern innovation. So, yes. 1972 was the first. When were women allowed to be rabbis or cantors? The first woman rabbi was ordained in 1972 by Hebrew Union College in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is our seminary. It has 4 campuses around the world right now. And it didn't become, I was ordained in 1995, and by the time I was ordained, half of my class were women, both rabbis and cantors. So the first cantor was invested as a cantor? No, bat mitzvah. No, first cantor. When was the first cantor? In late 70s? 74? So the idea was, so the Reform movement began that. It became much more common later on in time. The conservative movement began to follow that. I think it was 1984 was the first woman ordained in the conservative movement. And now it's close to being equal men and women in the conservative movement as well. Well, we give thanks for the sweetness of this day. As Jacob said in his Devar Torah, he now gets to drink from his own Kiddush cup. So we give thanks for this joy as we rise together and join with Jacob and the cantor, the blessing over the wine.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen.
Adonai oz le'emo yutain. May God bless you with strength. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. May God bless all of us here and everywhere with peace. Good Shabbos.